What's up, keepers, and welcome back to ARS Goalkeeping. This is your host Alberto, and today we have a super special video where we got pretty much creators backstage passes to the one and only Ispo convention located in Munich, Germany. So real quick, what is Ispo? Well, the name in German is die Internationale Fachmesse für Sportartikel und Sportmode. And that's a big German word, but in a nutshell, the world's largest trading fair for sports good and sportswear. Pretty much every single new amazing technology for the next year and upcoming years is always going to be showcased first at Ispo in Munich. And I mean everything from new and different materials that you will find on the next sports shirts to the next latest training assistants that use augmented and virtual reality to help train reaction time. Ispo is literally a massive 5 to 6 warehouses full of pure inventions, innovations, and crazy cool products.
Flashback.
Right after we win the International Creator Games Cup at Udinese Calcio Stadium, I am notified that my application to get in as a blogger or press person at Ispo was cleared, which meant I had to jump on a plane straight to Munich and get over to the Messe München Center to pick up my press pass and get in early to find a fun schedule. So day one, right off the bat, I called up my buddy and German goalkeeper Amo Pantera. He was our goalkeeper for the International Creator Games, and he did win the Golden Gloves. Then we got our press passes and ran out to that convention floor. Of course, we're young guys. The brightest lights attracted us, and we went straight to the virtual reality training set, which Amo did probably see on the video. It looks pretty difficult and hilariously goofy from the outside, but it was really cool to see how good the sensors were and all the possibilities the technology has to expand, like in a gym setting or just in a fun barroom setting. The virtual reality was very fun and cool to see from the outside since I was still nursing my shoulder, so I didn't actually go in. But don't just take it from me, listen to the main guy themselves explain exactly what they do.
The experience is that we focus on the best of sports. For instance, you saw a net spawned in between you, which was basically a laser net. That came as a result from talking with the Federation of Volleyball.
Really?
Like, hey, one of the biggest struggles we face up with is training once you're next to the net or in front of the net with hand-eye feet coordination.
Wow.
So it's completely different, you might say, but it has these small inspirational bits, which is all about what you mentioned.
Now, I cannot stress to you guys just how large Ispo is. It is huge. So we ended up bouncing around and chasing whichever brand had the coolest looking displays, and somehow we did end up coming across Adidas, but it wasn't football, it was pickleball. And we went onto the pickleball courts. Amo had to try it out, and I got to find out that there's this whole new sport. It's taking over everywhere, and it's one that is simple and fun enough that even the older folks can enjoy the game as well. This one was sponsored by Adidas. We were trying very hard to get a football connection, but sadly they only had pickleball pros out there. And a huge disclaimer, we did get some backstage passes because of our press pass, but I am not a very intelligent man, so I didn't really understand that I could actually go behind the stage. And I stupidly missed out on a few opportunities to meet a bunch of celebrities in person, especially like huge stars like Colin Kaepernick. But we did get an early warning before all of this that German superstar Michael Ballack was coming to be at the Skechers display, unveiling their newest cleats and shoes. So yes, we were able to use our backstage passes at least one time and get into the Skechers unveiling, where Ballack answered a few questions, showed off the cleats he helped build, and give them a few questions and get a picture with the man himself. We did get to look at some of the cleats. I'm sure they're out now, but this was a few months back, and I was able to get a bit of video of cleats that Skechers were about to release that hadn't been released. We did have to wait a little bit of time because I don't want to get in any trouble with Skechers or anything, and it was a really special close-up press only release. It was really cool to be involved in that. So riding off of that absolute W, we had to hunt down some food, I had to charge my batteries, and Amo had to pray. The problem was I didn't notice that our backstage chance with Kaepernick was passing up, and we actually did miss out on meeting the man himself, which kind of bummed me out since personally, I do think Kaepernick is not only an extremely intelligent individual, but also one strong enough to give up everything to stand for his ideals. And while some might hate him for his views, I have nothing but admiration and respect for a person so dedicated to their cause. And even though I missed the backstage pass, I did sneak a picture and I got a bit of his thoughts on camera. And honestly, to end out day one of Ispo, it was a huge moment. Not only did we get completely spoiled with all these new cleats materials, virtual reality training pieces, there were also stories that were inspired by industry giants in both philanthropy and acts of service to the fellow man. So I probably forgot to say, Ispo is crazy huge. Like 30,000 plus people coming into Munich. It's 3 days long, crazy traffic, and it has an absolutely chaotic atmosphere of just really cool sports stuff. And we had our backstage pass for day number 2, which also had a lot on board. Specifically, I wanted to look at all the new brands working with new glove material and find some sponsors for our international creator team. So day 2 started out pretty much with just me walking around and looking at different displays when I found the first really cool one that I thought would be amazing. Waterproof lining that they have on socks and normal kind of gloves. But imagine a goalkeeper glove with waterproof lining, or even more, socks so wet days doesn't mean soggy toes to goalkeepers. This level of invention felt like a game changer to me, and it was just buried in the back of the smaller vendors. So I had to ask for more information and get a few examples. Plus, I wanted to hear his pitch. So check out this product and technology.
Wow. Nothing come up on it. So it's 100% waterproof and breathable.
And grippable, wow.
It's breathable. So it's a breathable membrane in between the layers.
Okay. And this is your company, how do I pronounce it?
Chunjin?
Chunjin?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's from Taiwan.
From Taiwan. Yes.
Super. This is
made in Taiwan.
this is going to be one of the biggest things in the future, guys. I'm telling you now.
Now, I did ask my friend if this would be possible for a high friction environment like football or soccer in a goalkeeper glove or a cleat, and at the moment, it really isn't possible. Since the technology that makes this work, it works as a membrane that keeps the water out. But if it is rubbed vigorously against something, the membrane will end up dissolving or breaking, and that waterproof solution leaves completely. But don't you dare think I won't be staying in touch with them to see in the future it can be something that goes on gloves. Believe me, knowing Ispo and how these inventions work, this will be possible in some time. So going on, I even came across Joma and was able to speak to them about their newest gloves and cleats. Although Joma doesn't seem like a huge innovator in the glove scene, it doesn't hurt to see what they can do with their gloves and how they service mostly Latin America. After a quick jog to the main hall where the World Bicycle Relief presented how they are using the power of their business to help mobilize communities around the world with life-changing bicycles. It's an absolutely amazing foundation that is changing the lives of many people across the world, and something I felt that needed to be talked about, and I recommend you guys check it out.
A bicycle is a tool to chart a path to prosperity. With bicycles, people can conquer the distance that keeps them in the cycle of poverty. World Bicycle Relief mobilizes people in rural communities around the world with life-changing bicycles so that they can thrive. Our vision is a world where distance is no barrier to access education, to access healthcare, and to access your basic needs. We build specially designed and locally assembled bicycles and distribute them to school children, healthcare workers, and entrepreneurs to help them move forward in their life. And by combining product development with community-led programming and social enterprise, we are creating an ecosystem of bicycle mobility.
And this is why I love Ispo so much. It is something so cool to see pretty much a trade convention that is openly advocating philanthropy and tying in real life benefits to real life companies that work aiding the human cause. This is why I go to Ispo, and this is why I love it so much. I was even able to convince Leonardo from Match Fit Soccer, he's really popular right now over here in Germany, to come on out and check the convention out. It was an absolutely amazing scene. Many of the companies wanted to talk with us after hearing about his social media channel, so we got to meet a lot of great companies, specifically focused on recovery, like Blackroll. I wrote about all of the awesome new recovery products that are coming out with Blackroll, and the recovery market is something huge because as goalkeepers, as athletes, after you train, there's a huge necessity to fill your body back up with all of the protein, all of the water that you lost, make sure that your muscles are getting properly massaged and you're getting ready for your next session. So this Blackroll company and overall the recovery phase is something so interesting and so cool to kind of see how it's working out. And then for our final part of day 2, we found what I think is the most exciting product of them all, especially for goalkeeper training. This is the highlight in my idea, the SportReact Lite product. Now, let me tell you guys something. This is something to behold. I have had a few trainings with several different light reaction lights, like fit lights and all that stuff, and all have been rather lackluster. It's extremely one-dimensional. It can only do kind of one or two things, and I'm not going to spend a bunch of money on a product that I can't use in almost every single drill, and that's why as a coach, I stay back on just using my cones and your own kind of ingenuity to recreate the football situation, because you don't want to have a bunch of stuff that you take out to the field that you end up packing all day. So the products need to make sense, right? Well, SportReact's lighting or their light sensors, it's a completely different thing. They can be cones, they can be like timing sensors. They can pretty much do it all, and it's all connected to your phone. It is literally the most impressive filled out training add-on I have seen yet in the last 14 years that I've been coaching. But don't just take my word for it. We even got the CEO and founder to give us his exact pitch in his own words. So check it out.
Our system is that we are able to show signs, emojis, letters in a different colors. So that will enable a more complex cognitive training methods. It's because it's not the same if you need to follow only blue light or if you need to find a small letter B in a red color. So it's a little bit more complex on that side. The second thing and big advantage is comparing to the other products on the market is the proximity sensor or type of the sensor that we have. So our proximity sensor can go up to 1 meter, so there is no need for you as a goalkeeper to touch something.
Okay.
You can just throw yourself on a specific way, and an example here is the tap sensor. So with this tap sensor, you can place them on the rebounders, and when you actually kick the ball into the rebounder,
and we even got some specific videos sent to us by SportReact, so you can see some of their more high quality videos that isn't kind of recorded in a dark light convention setting. But yeah, that was all of day 2. Sadly, at the end of that day, my camera died out and our ticket to fly back was scheduled for day 3. So I did end up missing out on our last day, where it turns out surprise guest Thomas Tuchel ended up coming out. So again, it seems like I dropped the ball there. I am so sorry to the guys who gave me the backstage passes, and it seems like I kind of wasted it. But I couldn't change my tickets again, so it was time to get on out of there. But I did get to sneak over the Allianz Stadium and watch the Champions League of Bayern versus Copenhagen that night. It was so cool. Manuel Neuer started out with the Copas that we did the review on in training, but then he moved over to those Predators. I don't know why he's doing that. I have a few ideas. I don't think he loves the Copas as much as he loves the Predators that have been made for his hands. Oh, and he made an absolutely beautiful triple save, which I recorded, and then I lost my mind over the phone when I was recording. So that's pretty much it, guys. I thank you so much for watching. There's an even bigger thank you to Felix and Fee, who were the Ispo crew who got me the backstage passes, who helped me out. I hope I'm a better guest next time, but I will be there again. And if you're around during Ispo time in Munich, hit us up. We met a lot of subscribers and friends while we were out there. So yeah, y'all, that is it for our Ispo convention. This is one of our more lifestyle videos. Please tell me if you liked it. We're going to try to bring you more into the cool events that I get to partake in, from great football matches to opportunities like these to see all of the new products for the next year. So please, again, hit that like button if you haven't already, subscribe, and stay tuned because we have the worst gloves coming up of 2023. We have the best strapless gloves coming out and a bunch of more reviews. So yeah, guys, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys again very soon.